Hello everyone, and welcome to Action RPG. I'm your host Aaron, and for today's video we are headed back to the world of Last Epoch. Now the devs over there must be really busy because we are getting new information about their largest update 7.9 almost daily. And today's dev blog breaks down the upgrades to the Monolith of Fate. So this is the main endgame point for the game, and it is getting completely revamped, and we pretty much know everything about it now, so that is what we're going to be covering. Alright, let's get into this. Hello travelers, I'm excited to share with you a number of updates coming to one of Last Epoch's endgame systems, the Monolith of Fate, in patch 0.7.9. The end game content in Last Epoch currently scales with character level. The scaling has allowed Last Epoch to offer level-appropriate content for characters of all levels. Even when the game was early in development and only a small portion of the planned zones, enemies, and bosses were available, while scaling content can be enjoyable, it has always been our aim to offer more concrete goals to work towards. People don't like scaling, basically why they're getting rid of it. In patch 0.7.9, the Monolith of Fate will no longer scale with character level, and your progression from one section to the next will make your character's increases in power all the more tangible and rewarding. The Monolith of Fate will be accessible to characters who have completed Last Epoch's campaign and will begin roughly around level 50 to 55 in the end of time. Visiting the Monolith grants access to alternate timelines of worlds that never were in the times that could have been. Okay, first off, right now you do not need to finish the campaign to visit the Monolith. So if you haven't finished the campaign, I would go do that now, because when this drops, you will not be able to access Monolith. So that's just one update right now. When you look at this, here is what the Monolith progression system looks like. Let me see. Zoom in on here one. All right. It helps. So in here you have your different islands, and it's interesting. When I first saw this, it reminded me of Path of Exile Synthesis League, one of the last seasons that I played. It's kind of a picture of that, where you connect all these different islands together to get different boards. So on here, obviously this looks a lot better than that, and on here it shows you the level. So you're at end of time, you will start at a level 55. That's why it's telling you when you complete the campaign, you should be 50 to 55, because the first Monolith Echo run is going to be level 55. So you've got the level right here, this little circle, and then to the right of that, you have the blessing. Once you complete this, you're going to get a blessing, so that if you go back and rerun it, you're going to get that reward. So on here, for example, 55 has been completed, which means 62 is now available, and if you redo 55, you're going to get a 14% increased unique drop rate. So it's interesting. It's no longer experience and rarity of item. Now you're going to get a unique drop rate. Kind of cool. Blessing of the Fate, 37% power roll. Now it's also going to track your Monolith progression. So, progress. So on here, timelines unlocked 2 of 7, timeline upgrades unlocked 0 of 3, monolith completion 2 of 10, total timelines conquered 3, total echoes conquered 64. Let's read a little more. Also, the monolith's not just going to be some flat rock anymore. At least I don't think so. I'm pretty sure that this is what the new monolith is actually going to look like. I could be completely wrong in that this could just be something new in the map, but I'm pretty sure that's what it's going to look like. You will be able to enter timelines through a selection of one of two echoes, which will contain unique risk and reward modifiers. These modifiers will initially last for a single echo, but will gradually begin to stack as you journey through the additional echoes. That's basically what it does now. So as you progress through the monolith, things normally get progressively harder because certain modifiers begin to stack and the enemies get way more damage, way more crit chance, way more life. After completing enough echoes, there is a chance to be offered a quest echo. Completing the quest echoes will lead to the climax of the timeline, which, if you are successful, will allow you to access new timelines. Decisions you make throughout the timeline may affect the subsequent timelines that are available, but you may revisit conquered timelines to open up all possible paths. Not confusing at all, right? Basically, what they are saying here is that once you conquer everything in Fall of the Outcasts, you will be able to access the Stolen Lance. And when you finish the Stolen Lance, maybe you can come up here to Blood, Frost, and Death. And maybe when you finish this, you can go there. But you can still go back once you've conquered them and replay those runs if you want to make sure you get all the rewards. I think. Pretty sure. So in here, this kind of looks like what the monolith looks like now. I mean, it's a little bit different, but basically you pick what quest echo you want. You can reset it for a little bit of money if you don't like these. And then in here, it'll tell you the existing modifiers and echoes conquered. Conquering a timeline grants you the choice of 3 randomly rolled blessings, which provide permanent buffs inside and outside of the monolith. The blessings are specific to the timelines that you defeat. You may face the same timelines more than once to roll for better and more fitting blessings that may always choose to retain your current blessing. And if you're lucky, you may just find a powerful, unique item exclusive to the timeline you are conquering. Atrophy gloves +7. So basically right now this is like a level 70 unique. So you're going to be able to find unique timeline exclusives through grinding the gear on there. Now, if I understand this correctly, again, this is just from me reading and looking at these pictures. If you, let's say you want every single one of these to have a permanent increase unique drop rate blessing, that would mean you would have to continue to beat these timelines and re-roll your blessing until every single one gave you that blessing. And then anytime you were running anything, you would always have a permanent increased unique drop rate. So I think that is what it is saying. The monolith is challenging, and you will need to tread carefully and ensure that you are selecting echoes with modifiers you believe you're capable of handling. You can always reset your turn or portal out between echoes and come back to it later without losing your progression. You may also reroll your echo options once before needing to complete your next echo, if you're willing to part with gold and risk the new modifiers being slightly more difficult. That's interesting. So if you don't like the echo quest in here, you re-roll it, likely it is going to be a more difficult one. As you progress deep into the monolith, there will be opportunities to empower earlier timelines. An empowered timeline will have an empowered pool of blessings available, although the enemies will also grow stronger. We look forward to seeing you travel through the monolith and progress towards the most challenging content Last Epoch has to offer. Please let us know what you think of the Monolith of Fate updates on the forums. The team will be watching closely. Good luck, travelers. We hope you enjoy it. So on top of all that, you can also go back and bless a timeline that you've already conquered, which will increase the rarity of the things you will find there, but make it more difficult to run. This seems like a whole lot of fun. I really enjoy endless runs, endless progression systems to just see how far you can push your character. I can tell you that this is just a taste of what they have in store for the endgame system for Last Epoch. There's going to be PvP, there's already Arena, there's now Monolith, and there's other things that they are going to be dropping. But I'm telling you, if you are looking for a next-gen action RPG, now what stinks is this game is still early access phase 2 and it doesn't have multiplayer, the funnest ARPG that I have played in a while. I am putting my stamp of approval on this game. Now, when is 7.9 dropping? In order to answer that question, all I gotta do is scroll down past the comment section, which is overwhelmingly positive based upon this Monolith update, and come to right here. 5 hours ago. Any ETA for the patch, at least a time frame, this week, this weekend, next week, ? Answer: we aim to post the patch preview for a patch about a week ahead of the patch itself. Depending on how the final stages of QA goes, it can be a bit sooner or a bit later. What does that mean? Great question. Well, the patch preview that they already put out, which is right here, was out on July 27th. And when you look at July 27th, 1 week from there is Monday. So if they're saying give or take a little earlier or give or take a little later, well, to me, that means we will have Last Epoch 0.7.9 as early as Saturday and as late as Wednesday. So we're getting there right in that window. That is my guess. But, you know, if he says a week, most likely it would be on Monday. Okay, everybody, that is the video. Last Epoch, Monolith of Fate update. What do you think? Do you like it, or is it no, I like the way it currently is? Let me know in the comment section below. If you are looking for a new gaming community, we now have 210 members in my Discord. I'm on it every single day answering questions, good conversations. The idea is to have a gaming community that could jump from game to game together so you never start the server alone. The link for that Discord is in the description below. That's it. Stay home, stay safe. Do not forget to join the official Action RPG Discord. Aaron.